Hello there, and welcome back to EU4 and the Holy Trinity. Last time we basically, we fought a war against Ottomans, and Austria demolished Poland more or less, and ended up in a situation here where we have the Teutons getting some of the territory back, and I've also reinstated the alliances due to the fact that both Livonian Order and also Teutonic Order has both ended up, flipping to Protestant, which is not the greatest, but it is what it is. And as I said, we did beat the Ottomans to recover Serbia and Bulgaria, both vassals of mine that are most likely going to get integrated pretty soon. We're probably also going to declare war here on Hungary for, because it would be useful, more or less. That's basically the gist of it. But also due to the fact that by declaring war on Hungary here, I can most likely, drag Genoa down, more or less. That's basically just to get the core that Genoa holds. And we'll probably fight another war against the Ottomans as soon as the truce runs out, where we will be aiming at taking some of their, province that we fabricated claim on earlier. The Mamluks are still just, expanding, which is of course not the greatest, but it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it as it goes. And again, for the time being, I'm a little bit unsure if I want to declare war on Hungary right now, or wait until the truce with Austria runs out in 3 years' time. I think that's the best, and then I can just use Austria's armies to, decimate them. That's the hope, at least. I'm a little bit unsure if Serbia and Bulgaria will actually accept the provinces, but I think they will actually accept these two and potentially these as well. We'll just have to wait and see. I think I can actually peacefully vassalize Croatia if I want to. They do have one core, that is, or two cores if you take the Venetian core as well. So there's some interesting things that I can do there. Unfortunately, they joined the coalition against me. The coalition ain't too big, to be perfectly honest. It's just, Savoy, Mantua and Venice. So I'm actually kind of tempted to actually go ahead and declare war on, say, Mantua, fabricate a claim, declare war, and then use that to my advantage here to get what I want. We'll just have to wait and see what I end up with here. But it seems like Croatia is going to be able to take Dalmatia back, and that is a good thing, because then I can peacefully vassalize them. They actually managed to do that. Austria took Treviso, which is not the best thing ever, but I can live with that. It's kind of inevitable that we'll have to fight a war against Austria sooner or later. So we'll just have to see how it pans out. But for the time being, things are definitely looking kind of interesting here. Ragusa being, freed is also interesting, since Bulgaria and Serbia both has claims to the province, so why don't we help them? We're going to fabricate a claim and declare war on Ragusa. We're going to take it. I'm probably just going to hand it over to Serbia. And, all in all, we should be happy with that. Unfortunately, I have some costly trade embargoes here because they're not my rivals anymore. So I guess I have no choice but to, call back the guys that are working on relations to get rid of said embargoes, because we don't really want to, reduce trade efficiency. I don't make too much money from that, but still, no reason to have them if they don't benefit me. And new rivals here, we have the Ottomans currently. I think out of these choices, Mamluks would most likely be someone we will be fighting, so that's a good choice. Lithuania, Morocco, Muscovy, Sweden, Castile. I'm a little bit unsure who I actually want to get on the bad side of, but as things are looking, the most likely of these that we are actually going to fight in the near future is most likely Castile, so we're going to go with them. Unfortunately, the alliance with France, Austria and Portugal makes them kind of a, it makes them hard to attack and not someone we want to get in trouble with, at least not at this moment. So, for the time being, I'll wait for the claim to be fabricated. Can I actually get Verona, Friuli and Istria? Question 6, 10, 18, 28. It's a little bit too much, but potentially I could actually vassalize these guys. But I can't declare war on them, of course, so we'll just have to wait and see how this again pans out. I'll allow the claim to be fabricated, and then we'll declare war on Ragusa. Kind of forgot it, since basically the war is more or less a formality, but I have declared war on Ragusa. We didn't get anyone else involved. We have the Serbian and Byzantines here just standing by for some weird reason. I have no idea how mercantilism will actually affect me in this playthrough, so I'm a little bit unsure if I actually want any of that. But as you see, provincial trade power modifier, so basically makes my, well, trade power higher in the provinces that I own. I believe it is. Might be that I completely misread that, but in this case I guess we'll reduce the trade investment instead of taking the hit. We have Albanian nationalists of all things, which I'm pretty sure the Byzantines can actually handle on their own. And as you can see, I've actually gone to the step of creating a new 12,000 men regiment. I'm probably going to supplement this one too, to make it 12,000 as well. And basically it's just to, well, we have a lot of money, so might as well use it on something useful. Anyways, I'll allow the war to, well, go its course. We'll probably have to fight in Hum, as things are currently going. Should probably assign a general to that. Kind of forgot that, my bad. And I guess while I'm at it, I should probably go ahead and do an upgrade to my ships here, since basically 12 unit setup will be the main. We're going to build a couple of flutes to add to the current fleet, if you will. So while we wait for the sieges to finish here, I'm just going to stand back and see how hilariously strong the Reformation and everything actually hits Europe. As you can see, Protestant zealots, we have Reformed zealots in Genoa. Positive, Genoa will lose all their allies, but are still in coalition with me, or against me, so it doesn't really matter. So if you consider everything now, things aren't looking too good. But funnily enough, France has actually reached a state where they are far stronger than Austria. And that's of course really, really interesting and something that I can use. And I don't think I've ever seen this happen in a game before, but Ireland has actually formed. It's actually really rare in that case, because this is, I can't ever remember seeing Ireland before. So it's interestingly enough. Again, I'm really uncertain if I want to go to a step of forcefully vassalizing these guys, but for the time being I think they are fine as they are. The alliance will be more than enough to keep them at bay, keep them safe, if you will. So unfortunately here my vassals apparently have no idea what they're doing, because they're just bouncing wildly. Anyways, I'll just allow the siege to finish, and then I guess I'll get back to you. We have some pretender rebels as well, probably need to deal with them. But yeah, I'm going to just fix the war, if you will, and then I'll get back to you. I'm just amazed at the rebels at this stage. I've never seen this before. There's a 75,000 reformed zealots currently standing in Genoa. 75,000 zealots, and well, they're not actually accruing any attrition at all, which is scary. Especially if this army decides to march into my lands, because then we're going to have a reformed Papal State, which would be hilarious. But that's basically how it's looking here. We also have some Milanese nationalists in Austria, we have peasants, and the truce with Hungary that Austria has runs out in November 32, so we still have a little bit of time before we will declare war on Austria. So, sorry, Hungary, not Austria. So a lot of interesting things I've actually seen so far in this game, and I guess I kind of like it for that. The Palatinate, we have a strong Brandenburg, strong Hansa. France haven't gone completely haywire. I still have Avignon, which is surprising enough. And I'm actually kind of tempted to take Provence, to be perfectly honest, just to get access to the sea there. But there we go, Hum has been besieged, and with that we can now go for the annexation of Ragusa, which will accrue a, well, fair amount of aggressive expansion, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine, and the goal here will then be to sell the province to whoever actually wanted, in this case most likely Serbia. So we're going to sell you Ragusa. There we go. Nice little conquest. And again, Croatia will most likely be peacefully taken care of. We're also going to upgrade admin tech here to level 9, the site. And with that we're going to increase in production efficiency by 10%. Of course it was kind of silly not to wait until the change of the year, would make it a little bit cheaper, but I'm not the smartest. Let's just go with that. Anyways, it is time for a war against Hungary here, if Austria wants to join, which they do. And Lithuania will apparently be joining as well, and also Genoa. And Genoa here is basically, they've already lost, let's just be honest with that. Let's just be honest. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about here is, how I declare war, will these zealots go into my lands? They might, and it's actually a very, very scary thought. But I'll hope they do not. So, let's go ahead and declare war. Should be a rather simple one again. Should be simple. Means it probably won't be simple. Let's just be perfectly honest. Whenever I say something should be simple, it always turns out to be horribly wrong. So in this case, Hungary only has about 20,000 men. Austria should be able to, well, siege them for me, basically without any fuss. And I might be wrong, but it seems like I really was in this case. There's a 16,000 Hungarian army here. But again here, Croatia is actually joining in, it looks like. Yeah, they actually join in on my side. Why? Oh, they've become vassals of Austria. My bad. Should probably have seen that one coming, and I'm probably noticed it earlier, but it's fine. It means there's some extra troops here to help me. We can wait. Haven't I got that twice now? In this case, I'll just take the 2 points of mercantilism instead of diplomatic power. It works. Anyways, again here, you can basically see that the war is already won. Luckily enough, the Genoa and Celis do not invade me, which is of course really, really good. So for the time being, I'll just allow sieges to more or less, well, go their course, if you will, and then we'll see how things pan out. I'll probably also go for the taking these two Bosnian provinces, I think, and try and hand them over to Bulgaria and Serbia. This might actually incite a another coalition, but I feel with me and Austria both taking potshots at each other with Venice, with Croatia, I kind of need to make sure that I have a lot of land here so that I can actually easier make the connection between the two land masses, or my own borders, if you will. We'll probably also not get any close to France, as you know. I don't want to piss them off. They're kind of they are definitely my most valuable ally. France is definitely stronger than anything else. And of course, Medina has converted, which I find hilarious. Again, I don't like the system they have implemented. It's just too arbitrary. And again here, one of the reasons for that, Clemens the 8152. One reason for that is because the provinces that are chosen, it's just such a weird way of choosing them. For instance, Austria, one province. I'm the Pope. I already have 9 converted provinces. Probably because I went humanist, but even so, I find it a little bit hilarious. Let's just be honest. Do Austria have religious ideas that actually ward off the Reformation? No, they do not have anything like that. So the only thing I can actually believe in this case then is that the ideas that I've chosen has put me in this situation, which is a little bit weird and a little bit annoying, to be perfectly honest. And apparently Austria is busy with other things because they're not really helping here. Oh, they're fighting Karakonliu. That's an interesting one, especially considering they have most of their army up here. The funny thing here is, I think we can actually beat Austria if I try, which is surprising and annoying, but I think that's actually the case, which is a little bit surprising. Now, should probably join up my armies a little bit more, so we're going to fetch the guys in Chios, which is the core of, which is a core that the what's their name? The Byzantines hold, which we'll hopefully be able to recover. And again here, I'm a little bit unsure how this will all pan out, but I think we'll have a victory. I will not be putting the last of my troops into this, both due to the fact that I want to recover manpower, but secondly because of the fact that I want to, well, rely on Austria to sacrifice their manpower for my cause, which is what they're doing and what I like them doing. Since I don't actually have any papal influence whatsoever, I think we'll take the prestige. Thank you very much. But yeah, for the time being, I'll allow the sieges to continue. Or rather, we'll continue next time, because we're more or less out of time. Don't really want to drag this on forever. So we'll continue the war against Hungary next time. It should definitely be an interesting one. Have Genoa flipped is my big question now. No, they haven't flipped. They're actually still Catholic, even though they were... Let me put it this way, if those reformed zealots had gone to war against Austria, they would probably have won. But even so, they couldn't manage to flip, well, Genoa. Kind of interesting. Anyways, we'll continue next time. Thank you for watching, And feel free to comment in comments, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.